Hi, my name is Mr. Beck, and I'm not wearing any shoes because you don't have to in virtual learning. Hi, my name is Mr. Beck. I'm not wearing any shoes because you don't have to in virtual learning. No. Hi, I'm at no. Hi, I'm Mr. Beck, and I'm going to show you about virtual learning. We're going to talk about virtual learning. Virtual learning is great because you get to buy a lot of new things for your room that you probably wouldn't get otherwise, like this computer mouse that I bought. And I got a ring light too for my wall and a TV that someone gave me for free because they felt bad for me for being a teacher during a pandemic. So virtual learning can be really good because you get free things. Also, virtual learning is really good because we can stay safe from COVID and also stay in our rooms for 3 months straight, and that's fine. It's going to be great. Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you about our classroom. So this is where I'll be teaching you from every day. This is my workstation, but really our classroom all lives here. So let's go to the wonderful world of Teams. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick virtual tour, and I'm just going to point out 3 major things about our class Teams that might be different from other classes that you're in. That way you know what you need to know specifically for English 2. The first thing I'm going to show you is up here in the tabs. We're going to go to the class notebook, which is going to probably be the feature that we use the most, and this is essentially like your online binder that I can see and I can add to, but also is just something that only you and I can see. And then we have a class shared notebook as well. I'm going to show you the content library, which it has 3 tabs: the writing, reading, and grammar and mechanics notes. If I give out notes for a lesson, I'll also post them here, so there's no losing it. Even if it's not in your binder, you can go to the class binder and copy and paste it from whatever notes that you might need here. There's none yet, but as we go through the year, I'll be adding to the notes section. Here at the top also, you'll see 2 things that you're split up in tables. So sometimes you're going to leave a main call and then go to a small group with your online tables, and there you'll be able to work on group work together. So this is a place where you can all add in. It's blank right now, but when you get some group work, you'll be able to work together here. The last thing is your personal notebook, which will populate once you join the class, will come in once you join the class, but it'll have these 5 tabs. Everyone will have these tabs, and I'll refer to them often, so it'll be good to get familiar with them pretty quickly. There's a section for me to give you feedback on writing, so all of your papers with my comments will be in one place. You have a section just for my thoughts, which is where we'll do most of our free writing and do first, and that's just not anything that's not essays or analytical paragraphs. A place for you to keep any of your notes, a place for you to store your reading responses, which is a annotating processing tool that we'll use throughout the year, and then a place for you to keep your analytical paragraphs and your essays that you write, so you can collect them throughout the year and keep them all in one place. I'm pretty excited to use this feature. It's probably something I'm going to use in class even when we're not all online. The only thing left I want to show you is another channel over here to the left. If I go to this channel to the side, so these are all tabs, and this is one of our side channels, it just says help, and this is a place for you to have conversations with each other, or a place for me to offer tutorials and keep them all in one place. So if someone has a question that's the same question everyone else has on a homework, you can have a conversation about it in this space rather than the general posting place, which is where you're going to find mostly just announcements from me. And that's pretty much all I have to show you for now. We're going to do a scavenger hunt in class one of the first days. Okay, here's the part where I get really serious. English 2 is different from any other class because it really is a huge transition year, taking you from basic English skills that help you with basic understanding of semi-basic text into a lot more analytical and argumentative framework that you're going to use your junior year, your senior year, and ideally as a human after you leave Braze Oaks and go on to further education or just thinking about the world. And one of the biggest things that I can emphasize, and one of the first things that I'm going to teach, is how to ask and answer a thoughtful, good question. How to come up with questions that are actually interesting to you, how to search for the facts, and then how to come up with your own conclusions and connections about those questions, which ideally lead to other questions. And this is a lifelong process that I and many other people who critique and look at the world closely find themselves going through. And there's a lot happening right now in 2020 for us to be critical about, and for us to ask provocative questions about, and for us to read closely and decide what is true for ourselves about. So I think it's important, as members of an up-and-coming generation that have pushed creative and progressive thoughts about gender, about race, and about social standards further than maybe any other generation has before. And I don't even think that you realize the power that you have yet. So if one of your goals this year is just to realize the power of your own thoughts, I think you will have accomplished a lot. But if you want to assume that your thoughts already have power, then I think you'll get a lot more out of the class from day one. Multiple choice is important. STAR is important. Those things translate into numbers, which then end up on your GPA, which then allow or disallow you to open doors for yourself. At the same time, they don't mean anything. And if you enter our virtual classroom with a genuine curiosity and a willingness to ask difficult questions and have difficult conversations, then I think you're going to get a lot more payback from what you put in. Or you can go through the motions and feel lifeless every day. It's two little options there. So my biggest push for you from the very beginning, and what might be more difficult in an online setting or not, we don't know, is participation, is being heard and asserting your voice, especially if you followed what happened on our school Instagram this summer and you realize what change can happen when you speak up and when you write honestly and thoughtfully. Big changes, I believe, are coming to Braze, and we as 10th graders, and not just sophomores but thinkers, can participate in that, or we can think that it's happening around us and we have no place in it. So I really want to bring the conversations that are already happening outside of school and in school into the English 2 classroom. Also, I wanted to show you my plant babies, so my garden that I've been putting together. These are giant sunflowers. Ooh, it's about to storm. And they're coming out soon. I've got some herbs over here, tomatoes there, giant zucchini over here, and more over there. Yes, I have a shopping cart. I'm going to use it for a project. Okay, there's a storm coming. See you guys soon.